Okay. Well, it's now, what is today? I'm back on the road, and I'm leaving Salt Lake now, and been on the road for a little while now. I'm just outside, kind of wanted to get through some of the steeper mountain roads and tight turns in the canyons and stuff before I started doing this. So anyway, I'm on the road now, and I'm heading up to Jackson Hole in Wyoming. I'm not headed to Lake Tahoe. I know that was my plan a few days ago, and I was in the process of making kind of like the final plans of like when I was going to get there, and I'm talking to my buddy Drake, who is the guy that I'd stay out there with, and he was kind of saying like, man, what are you doing coming now? Like I know we've been talking about this, but like the snow sucks and all that. And so he and I kind of talked, and they really haven't had any new snow in like 2.5, 3 weeks or so. So, and looking at the forecast, the daily highs for Truckee are mid 40s to low 50s every single day for the next 5 or 6 days. So considering I wanted to be back in Jackson by this weekend to hit the little storm that looks like it might come in, it started to not really make sense for me to head all the way there, because it was an 8.5-hour drive there, and then I'd only be there for 2 days, only to drive 11.5 hours over the next 2 days to get back to Jackson. So really, I'd only get 2 days in Tahoe for 3 days of driving. So it didn't really make sense. And you know, to do all of that and then not have good snow, it was kind of like, nah, you know, I'm gonna go where the snow's a little bit better, which that's Jackson Hole right now. They just had a big storm the last couple of days, and it's gonna be fairly similar. It's gonna be sunny and, you know, all like that for the next couple of days, but that's not that big a deal, because that's gonna let me go do some exploring up in the park and kind of scout some routes and some zones and some places I've been looking at possibly doing some backcountry exploring. So if I'm going to start doing that kind of thing, then fair weather, good weather is the kind of weather to go kind of explore those areas and get the lay of the land. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going up to Jackson. I'm going to spend the next couple days kind of exploring some new areas that I've never been to and get the lay of the land, so that when the snow's, you know, when there's more snow and there's fresh snow and there's, you know, a good chance to really get out in the backcountry, then I can take advantage of it and have an idea of where I'm at. So it's all good. So yeah, I'm on the road up to Jackson right now. It's going to be about another 4 hours, I think, and yeah, I'm excited. Had a really good day and a half. I shouldn't even say couple days. Had a really good day and a half in Salt Lake with my sister. She and I went up to Snowbird yesterday and skied around Snowbird. We got rope drop on Mineral Basin, which was beautiful. It wasn't pow or anything, you know, super crazy fresh and beautiful, but it was smooth, it was untouched, and basically carved from the top all the way down to the bottom of Mineral, and did it in like 12 turns. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, so then this morning, I went back up the canyon and shot one quick time lapse of Mount Superior in the clouds. I was thinking about maybe shooting a few more, but with the traffic, and I got a little bit later of a start. I got doing some things around the house before I left on my computer. And so by the time that I got that first time lapse shot on Superior and then got driving down the canyon, I kind of was like, nah, I should just get on the road and head up to Wyoming. I shouldn't delay that anymore. I don't want to do too much of that drive at night. Gonna spend the next 4 hours on the road, and hopefully the roads are nice, hopefully they're clear, hopefully it's smooth sailing, and yeah, Wyoming, here we come.
All right, the sunset, I'm about 2/3 of the way to Jackson, and the sunset is absolutely popping off on the mountains. So I had to pull over. I'm right on the side of the road. As you can see behind me, there are people, but look at that. Absolutely spectacular. And yeah, I had to stop. I've been watching it as I was coming down the valley, and knew that unless the clouds or anything blocked the light, that it was going to be really good, and that I'd want to find a place to try to shoot the sunset from. Sorry, letting the cars go by, because as you can tell, I am right in front of the road. So I literally just parked over in a little car park over that way, and I am right on the road. So sorry about that, but it's kind of, when the photo shows itself, you got to take it, you got to stop and take it. So yeah, colors are absolutely incredible right now. I'm zoomed in perfectly on this hillside up there, and yeah, I don't know, we'll see what this gets as we keep going. All right, so it's still here, still taking the sunset. Just ran back to the car to turn it off, and oh my lord, if holy smokes, if these colors aren't going off. The whole mountainside up there, the whole mountainside is like light purplish, pinkish orange, and it should only get better as the sun goes down. And the clouds above it are perfect. Like, damn. Everything about this. This is incredible. See if I get a second here without any cars coming. Traffic really seems to be, all the snowmobilers are leaving right now. Wow. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Traffic seemed to get really stupid busy there, and you probably weren't gonna hear anything I'd say. So yeah, this is a sunset. Colors are absolutely going off right now. Just looking phenomenal. And you can, it's so far away on the GoPro, you probably can't even hardly tell. But this is the kind of sunset where I honestly wish I had about 4 cameras I could set up, because there's another mountain and cloud setup back there, and then just over here is one behind, kind of to the right of where I'm shooting, and then one more. Like, I want to point my camera in every direction and take a time lapse looking everywhere, but I can't do that, so I focused on the big face looking right at me and catching all the light, so I focused there. Anyway, yeah, colors are absolutely going off. I'm so glad I stopped for this, and I gotta say, I'm also really glad that I decided to leave Salt Lake today. If I hadn't left Salt Lake today, I wouldn't be photographing this sunset. So even though I know I've got plenty more shooting and everything ahead of me, just the fact that traffic's up again. Just the fact that I've been able to time this inadvertently, but happily so, that I've been able to time this. That's what happens when you post up on the side of a highway. Anyway, I'm so happy that I was able to be here with these colors going off and photograph it, and let alone get as clear a view of the mountain as I've gotten. And yeah, this could not be better. This absolutely could not be better. Short of trying to record audio next to a highway. That could be better, but whew. just sunk down a little bit. Yeah, this is awesome. This is hella awesome. I just photographed an incredible sunset on the mountains. It's almost 6 o'clock local time, and I'm just north of Afton, Wyoming now. Still probably about an hour, little over an hour drive to Jackson, but I had to stop. The sunset colors on this mountain, on the whole mountains, is over the last half hour of driving. I was kind of like, okay, this sunset could pop off. Like, if the clouds play nice, if there's nothing really on the horizon, if things come together, this sunset could really light off. And then the last 5 or 10 minutes, it was really looking like it had potential and it might do it. And so I'm like, all right, I gotta find a spot. I gotta find a spot with a good view of the mountains. Even if I'm on the side of the road, I just gotta find a good spot, find a shot, and take advantage if the light goes. Came around a corner, the light was starting to go, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna happen. So I came around a corner, and I'll be damned if there wasn't a little pull-off right at the center, right next to another county road with a little parking area, and pulled in, parked, got my shot set up on the side of the road. Not the perfect for shooting, for trying to record audio, but it is what it is. That was entirely about the shot and not about the audio or what I was saying. That was entirely about getting the shot. And it got my adrenaline going a little bit. And that is something that I've missed for the last 4 or 5 months easily. But I've also been missing that, like, something for a good while now. And I always kind of had this feeling in the back of my head that if I just got that opportunity where the light and the timing and the opportunity all came together and I took advantage of it, that I would get an incredible shot. And I knew that would, okay, yeah, this is something really good. I enjoy doing this, and this absolutely was that shoot. Like I said, it was on the side of a highway. It was on the side of a state highway here in Wyoming. Traffic's, but didn't matter. That was a shot that I needed to get. The composition, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like could have been a little better. But given the circumstances of being on a 5 hour drive between Utah and Wyoming and not being terribly familiar with the local roads and not knowing what's really coming around the next corner, what the view or the light or anything is going to look like, just the fact that I was able to get as good a shot, and it's good. I mean, it's a good composition, but I can with some work I can make it great. But man, I needed that. I really needed that. So, all right. Anyway, it's starting to get a little dark because now the sun sets down and now the light's gonna start going real quick. So I'm gonna finish up here. I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'm gonna be back on the road to Jackson, and hopefully it goes nice and easy, and hopefully there's a lot more of this when I'm up there, and a lot more of it over the next few months, regardless of where I am. So, all right, let's keep going. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button and leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. In it, I spend the day traveling north into Grand Teton National Park to scout potential photography shoot locations, as well as get my eyes on some potential areas for skiing. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.